Hi everybody. I just got home from work and I'm going to do a quick and easy meal. I'm going to try to do it all in one shot. I'm going to revisit the stuffed chicken. I did the stuffed chicken with the asparagus a couple days ago, and a couple of people had some questions. And Beta, this is for you. I just want to make sure you get it right and everybody gets it right because it's such a quick and easy, delicious meal. I'm not doing asparagus today. I had some cream spinach that I made yesterday. If you want the recipe, I'll make it again for you on video. It's so easy and so delicious. It's like super good restaurant quality. But anyway, I've got this cream spinach and I'm going to stuff the chicken with that. And instead of using the skewers and suturing it shut, I'm going to tie it off with some string. And I'm going to throw it in the air fryer. And we're going to, most importantly, we're going to use the digital thermometer, and you really need to get one of those because the air fryer temps are so far off. It should take only 7 to 10 minutes for salmon. The other day it took almost 20 minutes to reach it, an internal temp that was safe. So I mean, it depends on if you put foil in, I guess, or if you have it just on the grates of the air fryer. But you're never going to go wrong with a thermal probe. So we're going to get to the chicken right now, and I'm going to try to blow right through this. So again, we've got the chicken breast here, and we don't want to go all the way through it. We do have a little bit of a hole in here, but like a cavern, so we don't want to go too shallow, but we don't want to go too deep either. So I'm going to try to get it right about here. And I just want to cut it to a point where it's not all the way through, but it opens up just like a book. Just kind of open it up. That's perfect. Second one, same deal. You've got a little bit of a cavern in here where it's going to be shallow. If you cut too deep, you're going to end up with a hole. But if you do it, that's okay too. It's all good in the kitchen. So I just want to go a little shallow with this. Again, I'm going to open it up. And we're just going to try to get it open as best as we can. Beautiful, beautiful. There we go. Now, to that, I'm going to, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and throw some cream spinach in there. I've got some of the leftover cream spinach from yesterday. And because it's so thick and dense, I might even just kind of roll that up into a ball. Stick that right in there. Oh my goodness, this stuff is so good. I'm going to get some string here. Just going to cut some butcher's twine. And I'm going to try to close this up as best as I can. I'm going to start here. And I'm not an expert at this, trust me. I'm just giving you a different way of closing up your chicken. I'm just going to do like a little knot here. And then what I'm going to do is try to just fold this up. And I'm going to run the twine right around it. If you just want to make sure it's sealed up extra good, you can get a few toothpicks. And again, we can get this and kind of just go through to help keep it closed. And again, just kind of zip it shut. Now to the outside of this, I'm going to take my gloves off. Hands are clean. I'm going to spray a little bit of garlic oil on here. And I've got some just regular chicken seasoning, chicken rub. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that chicken seasoning right on there. And that is ready for the air fryer. All right, so I've got the air fryer. I've got the basket out. I've got the grill plate in, this one. And I'm just going to put some foil down in there. And then I'm going to drop the chicken breast right in there. And alongside that, I'm just going to put my wife's chicken there. And I'm going to hit that with a little bit of garlic infused olive oil, some chicken spice, and I'm also going to move this out of the way for a minute. I'm going to cut up some lemon. Let me get a couple slices here. Pull this back. I'm just going quick here, folks. And I'm going to throw the lemon right down on top. And then with the leftover piece, just going to squeeze that right on there. Beauty. Now I'm also going to do some sweet potato with that. So I'm going to use my basket grate. And I'm going to try to get this kind of in there. And I'm going to throw some foil on top of that. And as I usually do, I'm going to make a little bit of a bowl shape. Just making sure it's folded down below this rim here. And I've got some sweet potato right here that I'm going to put in there. Big pile of it. And to that, I'm going to add a little bit of butter. A little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. And one thing I forgot to do, which is the whole point of this video, is let me take this back out. I'm going to get the probe. Beta, this is the most important part. This is how you're going to figure out that your meat's going to come out absolutely perfect. It's a ThermPro, and I'm going to put this right down into the center of the thickest chicken. I'm just going to set it right in there and keep it down low. And now that this is set, we're just going to throw it right in the air fryer. I'm going to set it for 400 degrees, and I'm going to let it go for 30 minutes. If it takes longer than that, it takes longer than that. But if not, what I'm going to be watching is this. And as soon as this hits about 158, I shut the air fryer off, let all the chicken just sit right in the air fryer with it shut off until this hits 165. Then I'm going to pull it out and we're going to cut it, and it should be perfect. So 400 degrees, 30 minutes. We're going to stick it in, see what we got. Okay, I've got the chicken. I'm going to put the sweet potato back on top. Thermometer's in, just going to kind of drape it over the front here. And we're going to put this in. Get it down as best as you can. You don't want it hitting the fryer up top. And I am going to put this at 400 degrees and we are going to set it for 30 minutes. I'm going to turn this on. Right now the internal temp is 58 degrees and we are just going to sit and watch that. Don't worry about the time on this thing. That is what you want to watch. You want to watch that thermometer. So I have at least maybe 30 minutes to hang out, clean up, and get out of my work clothes and get into something more comfortable. You know, after the day I had today, I didn't really feel like cooking, but it's just so tasty and so good. You get restaurant quality food really quickly. But that's one of the biggest points about having one of those remote digital thermometers, is that I sit here and I'm having my ice water and checking my phone. I got my comfy clothes on. I'm just relaxing. And right next to me is a remote that's telling me it's 86 degrees internal temp inside the chicken right now. So it's doing the watching for me. So just make life easier for yourself. Don't second guess the temperatures. Don't keep getting up to open it and putting a probe in and seeing what the internal temp is. Just put a probe in that will stay in the oven and do its job so that you don't have to do the job. You know it's going to be perfect, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 40 minutes. When this thing tells you it's done, then you know it's really done. So make it an investment. Because life should be easier. All right, it's been going for 10 minutes and I opened it up just to check on the sweet potato because they were up pretty high, close to that top burner. So I wanted to make sure that they didn't over roast. And at the 10-minute mark when I pulled it out, they looked pretty good. So I pulled that whole basket out and this is what they look like right now. So that's after 10 minutes. And because they're piping hot, I'm just going to put a little bit more butter on top. I'm just going to give a little taste. Oh, it tastes so good. It almost has like a candy quality to it. So anyway, I'm just going to leave this as is. I can always nuke it or throw it in the air fryer for a few more seconds if it chills out before the chicken's done. But after 10 minutes, right up against the top heat, that's what we got. Okay, it's been 20 minutes and then I set it for another, or 30 minutes, I set it for another 5, so a total of 35 minutes. I shut it off at the 35-minute mark and it was at 158. I've just kept this closed and now it's gotten up to about 166. So I know the internal temp of the chicken is good. I'm going to take this out. Ooh, I got the lemon on there and it smells incredible. So let me get this over and see if we can do to plate it up and check it out. I'm going to take the lemon off. That protected from burning too much, but kept it moist. I'm going to take out one of these skewers. Take out the other skewer. And we got the string here. And I'm just going to give that a cut. I'm going to get a knife here. And I'm just going to cut right into it. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Can I zoom in on that a little bit for you? That is just incredible. It's oozing the cheese and the spinach. Got a nice char up top. And I mean, this is just perfect. Oh my goodness, so good. So because we use the internal probe, this is very moist as it was last time. It's just dripping juices. Cooked safely, perfectly through. Who knew that it was going to take 35 minutes? So, and along with that, we've got our sweet potato. So let me weigh this up, and I'm going to plate myself a portion of what I can eat tonight. So I've got one of my fancy TJ Maxx plates, and to that I'm going to add 5 ounces of that stuffed chicken. And I'm just going to put that right down there. And then I'm going to add about 3 ounces of that delicious sweet potato. Wow, I reheated this a little bit in the air fryer just for about 2 minutes while I was letting the chicken rest. And for a quick late night meal, that is perfect. So I'm going to grab my fork and I'm going to cut right into that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Just look at how beautiful that is. Ooh, I can't wait. Here we go. Wow. For a quick dinner, what would that take? 15 minutes to prep? 35 minutes to cook? That is crazy good. That is really, really good. That cream spinach, I got to make it for you sometime. It's so good. Now for a little bit of sweet potato. Just going to take a little bit of that. Look at nice little char on it. It's got that butter. It's like eating candy. And all we did was we had the sweet potato and put a little bit of butter. We didn't add any sugar, no marshmallows, anything else. And it's air baked and it all went together so quickly. You got to try this. Beta, I hope this helped you. I did read your message on Facebook that you got a digital thermometer. That's going to go a long way. I mean, it's an investment, but I use it every single day. It's so easy. You just put it in the meal and you set the meal off. You don't worry about the time. You don't worry about if it's burning or what it's doing. You change up, you get comfortable, you relax, and then when you read the thing and it tells you, hey, time to pull it out. It's just what we did here. We just pulled it out of the air fryer, cut it up, portioned it out, put it on a plate, and I am ready for dinner. I mean, that folks is a feast. And it's just the right amount for my tiny stomach, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. I really hope you try this. If you got any questions, give me a call. Just send out a message, and if I'm sleeping, or I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. But right now, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm going to relax out the rest of the evening to myself. So, take care.